just like that. We're live. I forgot to take that off, but there we go. Hello, folks. Hope you're all doing well. Apologies for the craziness. Literally and figuratively, I had quite the day, to put it mildly. Makeup's crazy, everything's crazy, but we're here and we made it. So let's go ahead and hop in just a few minutes. Let everyone go ahead and get in and get settled, get some links up, and then we'll dive in really quickly. Talk about some of the stuff that we've accomplished over the last 2 weeks, and then end off on, well, not end off on, but continue on building some of our new features and new tools and get as much of this app done as we can. So let's go ahead and first off, let me go ahead and pop the check-in link in here. And so those of you who are joining us not from the Discord, you can go ahead and check in. And as always, let me also clear the embeds from this message real quick. And as always, just feel free to use this. Go ahead and check in if that's what you need. So let me remove that. There we go. And there is the link for y'all to check in. Sweet. This makeup's crazy. Kari, what were you thinking? Honestly. Well, it's what we're working with today. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and also take y'all to the GitHub here. I just realized I didn't grab water. Might go and take a water break in about 5 minutes. Get some water real quick. But before that, let's just do a quick overview of what we've gotten done so far. And then we'll go ahead and take a quick break probably. Should be just like a couple minutes. Give me a chance, honestly, to fix my makeup a little bit because I hate it. Did not realize how aggressive it was. But let's also go ahead and jump right in here. This is the GitHub that we're working with. So long story short, we've been working on an app for the last 3 parts, building out a nice little mobile app in Swift. And for today's stream, we're just going to keep at it, keep building out some more stuff, some new functionality. Let me go ahead and share my screen and show off to y'all who are joining us for the first time, if that happens to be the case, what we've gotten done so far. Definitely going to need to get up because I just realized I don't have my physical phone, so I won't be even able to show the whole thing. But I'll show what I can, and then we'll take our quick 5-ish minute break. I know we're just getting started, but I've had a crazy day, to put it very nicely. It is, but absolutely okay to be aggressive every now and then. But I've had the wildest day, and not in a fun way. I think I did something to my ankle. It feels really weird. I don't like it. It hurts to turn, and well, here we are though. So welcome to Taskaroo. This is the app that we've been working on for the last couple streams. So long story short, it's a task manager that integrates with a time tracking aspect into a few of your tasks, or it integrates with time tracking into a calendar of your choice. So I think that sounds pretty solid. We got sign up with Apple, sign up with Google. When you're on a physical phone, both of these buttons actually work, which is awesome. Well, kind of, sort of. For the most part, they work. But then you can go ahead and head over onto our home view. And in our home view, what we've managed to build out last time is this task list, where you can see a task, the date that it's due, and whether it's pending, blocked, or completed. We're going to work a little bit more on building out this interface. But for now, you can also click on the task itself, and we'll also be working on building out this here, and then connecting it to our cloud database tools, which is very, very fun. So yeah, that's the quickest overview of the app that I can give y'all, which is very fun. For now, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go get some water. I'm gonna go get some water. I'm gonna take a deep breath, honestly, because I was in a rush getting here. Take a deep breath, get some water, fix up my entire situation, Well, not fix up my entire situation, but you know what I mean. Just take a quick moment to myself, and we'll be back in roughly 5 minutes. So like 7:18 Eastern. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the app on here on this code. So if any of y'all are interested in how any of this this is built out, you can just go ahead and take a look. And I will be right And just like that, we're back. Beautiful. I put my hair up, makes me feel better. Fixed up my makeup, makes me feel better. Got some water, took a breather, and we're feeling a lot better, and that's what we love to see. So let's see here. Oh, we got a question while we're gone. What? Thank you. This looks... not me putting the question on being anyway. This looks cool. What technologies are you using? Absolutely. So we've got a ton of different stuff in here. So we've got we're using SwiftUI, and so Swift for native iOS development within Xcode. That's the IDE that we're using. So that shows you like the little, not that y'all can see to where I'm pointing on my screen, but if you could imagine me pointing on the phone, that's where I'm pointing at right now. That's what allows us to see like the simulator side by side. It's one of my favorite IDEs for that specific reason. It makes everything run super quick. And also it's just built exclusively for this purpose, and it's very, very good at what it does. And then outside of that, we're also using Google's Firebase for the user authentication here. So if you look at the sign up of Apple and sign up of Google button, we've got these. And then we've also are going to be using it for actually storing some of our specific tasks. So something like within here, some of the tasks that we've got. So that's great. All right. Why, thank you. And then we've got, that was just enough time for me to pop dinner in the Instant Pot. I love my like Instant Pots and my slow cookers. Helps life so much. I know. Ooh, that sounds so good. No, I like my Instant Pot. I like my Instant Pot honestly a lot more than I like my air fryer. Like I get the air fryer hype, but also I don't. Oh, great question. I had a doubt. In the 100 Days of Swift website you shared, should I start with 100 Days of Swift, which involves old iOS tools, or the new 100 Days of Swift UI? I never did 100 Days of Swift because I already had a background with Swift when I started 100 Days of Swift UI. I really liked 100 Days of Swift UI. It was honestly one of my favorite like online tutorials. The cool thing about it depends on kind of what your reasoning behind learning Swift is. If you're looking to like, oh, I want to get a job building mobile apps, it will also help knowing 100 Days of Swift. But if it's like, oh, I want to build cool apps on my own, learn Swift UI and have fun. So it kind of, I guess, depends on you. You can't go wrong with either. But if you're on the fence, I'd go with Swift UI. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. We are reinvigorated. Today's a brand new day. Today's a brand new stream. And let's get some stuff done, shall we? So we've got our home view here, in which we get all of these. This is a test, how cool, right? And then we right now go into task detail view, which just pulls in the task and then doesn't actually do anything with it. So I want to do task dot name, please. Title. Perfect. So now, hypothetically, we have this fake task that I made last time, so it just was Kari. So if we go back to our home view, it should just say, when we hop on in here, it should just say Kari. If we click on this one, it should say how cool. If we click on this one, it should say this is a test, right? So there we go. That takes care of that. And then let's try and build out how this view is actually going to look. Because I wanna have a bunch of different features on here, but I have no idea how to put them all together. So I'm gonna bust out my trusty old pen and paper. There's nothing quite like drawing on pen and paper for this stuff. So let's flip over to back of this page, script it out, and then let me draw a little screen, right? So there's our screen. Good enough. Looks boxy enough, right? There we go, screen. So when we first go in, what you'll see is that actually when you go back to home view, you click on it, right? It has this little back button. So we're definitely keeping that because I like that and that's intuitive and it makes sense. And then in here, we want to have the title of the task, right? So let's put title. And then we want to have the description of the task right below it. What other task details do we have right now? We've got a status, a time tracker, and a due date. So I want to have the due date right below the title, and then the description right below it. And then I kind of want to create like a little hamburger menu on the bottom kind of situation where we have one button to mark it as completed, one button to track additional time with it. So if I knew how to draw a stopwatch, I'd draw up that, but instead I'm going to draw the power button instead. And just leave myself a note that that says stopwatch. And this is to track time spent. And then in here, we have the mark completed, and then we would have like maybe a little calendar button, right? That's like export to calendar. And then we have these three buttons on the bottom here. And then within this, right, we would obviously also want to keep track of the status. And then we would also want to keep track of the time spent. That's going to be built on the array here. So let's go back to taking a look at this and try and build this out. Kind of just want to get a vision together. Vision! Ta-da! Beautiful. The vision in question. So we've got our task detail view, right? And so in here, I'm seeing a lot of vertical elements going together. So let's build out a VStack to start. This is a VStack, and it's going to have our title. I want to modify this title so it looks a little nicer. Let's take a look at some of our other views and how they like do this well. I really like the way that this view looks. I kind of want to pull in. Oh, I have a dot, so it's not going to load. Sorry. Let's try that again. Right, I like the way that this view looks, and I kind of want to take some inspiration from it. I also honestly want to modify a little bit of this view to make it look slightly more like that view that we had. So there be that background gray, maybe? No, so that just does that. I want the... So that's a different color than our off view. What's the color of our off view? That's the color of their off view. There we go. Do I need to wrap the whole thing in a VStack? So right now this would do that. So that's one too much parenthesis, right? But I need the color to be on the entire list as well. So not just the color to the top. That does nothing. Will that just change? Aha! So I need it to change the background color of the whole list. Change background. We're Googling, baby. Color of the whole list. Swift UI. Okay, there's a wrist row background. Okay, I like that. That might be helpful. So this would be like dot list row background. And that would be color. Oh, well, that is working for the most part. That looks good. I'll get some more background. It doesn't make more sense to just get rid of both of these backgrounds and potentially just change the text of this, like the color. To be more like this. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm having a fun time experimenting with these colors. So I'm going to stick to it for a bit. There's something in my teeth. Darn. I don't want to run away just yet. I don't feel like we're just getting started. So, yeah, I want to set... Okay, the internet is saying to hide the standard background of a list. Yes, there we go. That's what I like to see. Cute. What if now I made the foreground color dot black? See how that looks. Now is there a dark gray? No, white. White would look weird, yeah. I just don't want it to, this is a little hard to see. Maybe if I pulled in the same font weight that I pulled in here. Like that. And then pulled in the background back to black. I think that looks better. Yeah, let's stick with this. So this goes away and that goes away. Will there be a font, like a size? Or forgot how you do font size, but because if I made the font size slightly smaller, I think that would also make sense. Font title 2. Let me just Google it. Change font size Swift UI. It's .system. That's what I was forgetting. All right, go. And so it's then font .system. Size is, I don't know, 24? Oh, that's big. 12? No, like 16? I think 16 is what we had it at. 14? 13? I think 13 looks good. All right, now I don't love the way that these reds, green, and blues look together. So let's go ahead and swap that in. We'll use one of my favorite color matching tools that I mentioned, I think, in part 1, coolers. So that's done. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming. Happy to see you. All right, let's see here. So we have this color. That's 21, 99, 139. So I'm going to go into RGB. 21, 99, and 139. That's our lapis lazuli. That's our foreground color here. And then we also got 21, no, that's just the background. 214, 215, 217. There you go. So 214, 215, and 217. Just like that. Cool. And these two colors are locked, and we need to find some reds, some greens, and some blues. I like this orange. I like this red. Let's look for a complementary green. There we go. Did it. So I'll show you the complementary colors once I get them. Let's go into our status indicator views. These are just the default colors. So we'll just swap these out. And leave background color with the corresponding values. I can get those from home view, sure. And we'll grab those really quickly. Yeah, for now, I'll just stick with these blue until I fill them in, make sure that they look good. Let's go back to home view. They should all be the blue. Let me just confirm. Sweet. Okay, they're all the blue for now, but we're changing it. We've got the color set. I need you. Okay, 155, 29, 32. 155, 29, 32. And we've got 250, 121, 33. And then finally, 96, 153, 45. 6, 53, and 45. All right, let's see it. Hope it looks good. Nice. Yeah, I think those look good. Sweet. Readable. Except they're flipped. That order makes no sense. I did them in the wrong order. Okay, so this is blocked. I think I did them in the inverse order. So this should be pending. Or completed. And pending, I think, was the right color. Let's double check. Magic. Alright, cool. That looks good. Alright. Ending with the styling on the home view for the most part done. Let's go back and build out the task detail view some more. So the reason why I did this is because I wanted to kind of get that same I want to get the same background color on here before we start building out stuff to make these views all look like, you know, they belong to the same app and not 4 different apps with 4 different ideas. So let's go back here. Yes, I know I'm missing my arguments. I'm grabbing them as we speak. Ah, yes. Okay, so it does not like, in fact, getting, because it's just the text, that's just the background, so it just gets the background on the card. That's not what we want. We want a background. So you know what we could just do it the same way we do it on the home screen. So do a C stack, and then then that a V stack. With the Z stack, we're going to go back to the off view. That just gets a color and a ignore safe area. Let's see here. And that looks good, I think. This gray's so light, it's hard to tell. Let me just change it to 0, make sure. Yep, we're good. Sweet. Let's also get this font situation. I want to get a font more like this one. Something like that. Let's go pop that into task detail view. I think I close out a task indicator for now and just put that in here. Let's see here. Nice. And then we also need the due date. So that's going to be the next thing that we add, and that is going to be text that says task.due date. I need to convert the date to string. Convert date. Wait, why did I do that though? I do that in here in order to display it, or not in here, sorry. In here to display it. Oh, just format date. Yeah, I thought I already wrote that. Pass that due date, please. That's it. Cool. That looks solid. Except then we want to do with maybe like that. Cool. That looks good. And then we get in a description of the task. So let's do something like, then I want to actually do text, like, is text dot description. Oh yeah. Go enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much for coming. I hope it turned out great. Happy to provide some entertainment for you. You're very welcome. Thanks for coming. All right, let's see here. I love this. This is one of my favorite royalty-free MLH musics, I must admit. They have to create a longer description. Let me try and do one in task detail view here. So this is a sample description for a task I would be completing. How cool of me. Let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to do multi-line text assignment is going to be leading. So like that. I want some padding around this guy so it doesn't rub up against the edges of the text. Wow. Never mind, I just want leading and trailing. So let's do dot leading and dot trailing. Something like 5 max, maybe. 10. 15. Okay, 10 looks good. I think that's like, or yeah, I think 15 makes sense too. So we've got like that. And then I think I want to get some padding on the top. That is something closer to like 5, something smaller. Honestly, like 2. 0? 1? Okay, I guess we're doing 1. That's fine by me. All right, let's see here. We'll get I made salmon for dinner today. This is unrelated to the stream right now, but I'm just thinking I made salmon for dinner today, and it was pretty good, except for the fact that it was like way too mustardy. So I made this mustard sauce for the first time, and in my opinion, it had way too much mustard. I want task.status for now. think I want to build out more of an H-stack situation within that. Oh, that is a fantastic question. Can we download our test app and share them on our own iOS device like Android? Yes. You don't have to get them verified unless you want to like do a fully organized effort. Like I'm talking like you want to send it to your friend who like you don't see in person. And even then, like there's still ways to do it, so you could share the code without like that. But yeah, as long as you have an Apple developer account, you can install it on any device. So for the most part, you do need to like request appropriate permissions and security settings. But like, no, you should absolutely make a collaborative task app on iOS. I think that'd be a fun challenge. No, you can definitely download to multiple devices. Like as long as you connect it to the device, like to a computer of someone who has the appropriate code, you can definitely test on device. I don't remember because it's been a while since I've been in this situation. I've had my developer license for like I think 8 months, something like that. And before that, I took a break from iOS, so like I don't remember when it was still like what it looks like if you don't have an Apple developer account, but I'm pretty sure it can still download to some devices. Swift is not okay. Swift UI and Swift generally is not cross-platform for the ways that I'm using it. Like to build mobile apps, nah, you're not gonna get very far. But to build, like there are ways of using Swift in cross-platform tools. Like there's a bunch of Swift tooling for Windows that is honestly like difficult for me to understand, but it does exist. So there's that. Is it time for a water break? I think so. So we've got our task here, right? Fair point. If you wanted to implement it and share it with your Android pals, there's a ton of, I think, best way probably to deploy that would be like the cross-platform language then, unless you wanted to develop stuff twice, which I'm assuming you don't, but it is fun if you do. So yeah, cross-platform languages, I've got some suggestions if you need them, but yeah, Flutter, React Native, something along those lines might be the best bet. But also building like a web app, like kind of like a web app render within, or like a fake web app where you just like cheat it into being mobile, could definitely be done with like some extra script on the side. So that's effectively how like Flutter and React Native and all work. Although less hacky and more or getting down to nitty-gritty, but it's also doable if you just want to wrap a web app into like an iOS app. Though that is also, and you'd most likely use something like Xcode to run on your device anyway. Does Java knowledge help for Flutter or React Native? Are they long languages? I found Java to be helpful for Flutter. I did not find Java to be helpful for React Native. Flutter uses Dart as like its primary language. React Native uses React, which is built on, React is a framework, I guess, but it's built on HTML, CSS, like JavaScript, really. So if you're not familiar with JavaScript, TypeScript, oh my god, if you're not familiar with JavaScript, React Native can be a little funky, but on the other hand, it's a great learning opportunity. Flutter and I found Dart to be more similar, like a mix between kind of like your mobile standard languages and JavaScript. I found it to be slightly more middle of the road than like React Native felt kind of like making a website, but it's on your phone, which nothing wrong with if that's your cup of tea. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I don't know if Okay, I kind of want to make a... This is a status indicator. Ooh, using Java to build stuff. Oh, no. Please, ask away. That's literally what I'm here for. Java for, like, projects is tough. It is a good language for DSA, same with, like, C++, but at least C++, like, sorry, y'all, my Xcode just crashed. But, as I was saying, at least C++, I feel like you can, like, get away with using it in a couple of different scenarios. Java's really tough for, like, projects, like, that you can kind of see that are not, like, don't get me wrong, Java is a fantastic language to know, but it's often used at, like, really big, large-scale projects. So, like, for example, where I can think of, like, of where I've used Java is, like, building on full-scale, like, back-end server-side work at one of my old internships. It's hard to think of a personal project in Java that works well, but a Google search for that would be really helpful. Then I say stick with it for DSA, and that is a-okay. I do have my DSA in Swift because I don't care. Well, not that I don't care. I find it easier, and I find it, like, I picked the language that felt like a combination of all the languages I knew, and it's what happens to also be one of the languages I know best. So, not saying that I suggest that to everybody, but if you stuck a language with Java, or, like, you're sticking with Java, then yeah, it might be a little tough to find, like, a main language for you, or, like, a project for you, but there's plenty of ideas out on the interwebs, and they know a lot of stuff. Can I add in, like, 60 padding, or is that weird? Let's see what this looks like, honestly. Let's see. So now I just want to add in, so going back from the home view, do the same thing here. Except I want status indicator detail, please. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen because my Xcode crashed. My bad. Let me share my screen. Oh, well, that's not exactly what I wanted it to look like, but that is quite funny. It's so big. So, well, looks like we're gonna have to go with some padding modifiers on here. So I want dot leading and dot trailing. Probably something like 100. And then maybe padding 8 overall still. Honestly, I really like Python for projects. I know it gets sometimes, like, some, like, I think Python's really cool for projects because there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of Python, like, web apps, Python, like, AI, ML. Python's just a very applicable language, so. But you can definitely pull a project with Python and Java if you wanted to build, like, a full-scale something. So that might be my suggestion. It's not what it looks like anymore. Come on, I changed it. Thank you. I like this. This is good. I want to change the button to be archive if the task is completed. Or actually, I've got to figure out these buttons on the bottom here, but I do like the way that this looks a lot better, the completed button right here. So now if we go back to our home view, right, we click on how cool, right, we've got these guys. They look great. All awesome. Very fun. I hope to hear about it. You know, feel free to come join me a different time. We'll chat about some of your visions. It's super fun to build. I built a very fun Python project for a class not too long ago. It was like a fashion classification model where you effectively just classified clothing. We were trying to create a fashion predictor, and we ended up just making like clothing classification. So if you hold up if you scan in a photo of a pair of pants, it's like, oh, that's a pair of pants. And that was honestly like very technically complex, but also very fun. So something like that is very like Python has got a lot of applications. We've got a couple MLH partners that have a ton of really cool Python tools. So if you take a look at like, I think it's hack.mlh.io. There's like a list of all our partners, and they've got a ton of really cool helpful stuff to get started with. So I recommend. All right, we've got this, and then our time spent in here will also be. So got to figure out how to build out this time spent, right? Because right now, first off, I don't have any sample data. And I actually don't know how to, so convert dates into time spent SwiftUI, please. Okay, so I can use the time since 1970 thing to do this, which makes sense. And then we're gonna have to, because technically the way that I've done this is that you can have a list of times, right? And then you'd have like, you know, time A, time B, time C, and time D, and so on, right? You'd have like 4 times or something along those lines. If the number of times is odd, that means the timer is running. Otherwise, the timer is not running, and we can calculate the time difference. So I think for this I need to grab some times or some dates. So let's do date dot now, or time interval since now negative 100, and then time date like date time interval since now negative 40. I don't know if that should be something that makes sense. And then I want to make extract this data here. So maybe this needs to go in a function. So let's make a function input. So this will be fun. This is still in here, right? Be a private function. That's like called extract dates, right? And it would take in the task, which is a type task. Right, so it'll be for task or for date in task.time tracker. And well, actually it'll be if task.time tracker dot size or is empty. Then and it'll be like, and then we want to return a string, I think. So it'd be something like return you have not spent any time on, or maybe except like elapsed time would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, something like that. And then it'll be if task dot time tracker dot, is it length? Is it size? Dot contains not capacity. How do I get the size of an array? Size of an array. Swift UI. Not me forgetting things. So fun. Dot count. Thank you. Dot count. So if the count is odd, so that's mod 2 equals 1. Modulo 2 equals 1. Then we want to do a couple of things, right? We want to say return and that would be elapsed time, and then it would be plus task dot time tracker dot last, right? Except then it would have to be the whole date. I thought I just had it. Wait, oh my gosh, I still have the thing where it's running that I'll be back in 5 minutes at 9:19 or 7:19. I'm changing it to ask any questions to chat. Goodness. Okay, so it's, and then it's not dot time interval since 1970. Wait, no, time interval since now. That just works. Okay. Zero, 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 zero. Sure. Cool. Well, you know what? I could just do date and then time interval since now, right? Dot time interval since now. Do like that. All right, we did it. Okay, and then else we'll have to do the for date in the task time tracker. And then we'll return total elapsed time. For now, we'll just return total elapsed time as nothing. I'm trying that. You should not hate that. Why do you not like that? There's an else right there for you. It's if, I guess, you know what? Else if else. Then you don't mind it, right? Still, it's an else statement. Oh, I guess because it returns in the for loop. Return to elapsed time then here. Is that fine? Yes, you like that? Great. And then I'm gonna just print date for now so it doesn't give me that warning about not using date. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and I wrote all that. So then it needs to be extract dates for the task. And then it's going to just be the text from extract dates. You should not hate that. Come on. Don't hate it. Why is it not empty? Oh, it's not empty because I made it not empty, of course. Can I make it empty again? Sweet. Okay, cool. So now we've got this elapsed time. And then it would be then right in the end, we're gonna add a spacer and we're gonna build out this fake menu on the bottom. And so then that's gonna be wrapped in an H stack. And so then it'll be like I can do for sample now, text completed, and then another text that's like track time. No, don't. Please behave. Completed, track time, and then finally one more set of text that says something like export to calendar, right? Except they'll all have icons. Export to calendar. Great. So something like that is what it will look like, long story short. Except I want some padding right on the top here to make it sit not so high up. So that would be padding. What is it? And be padding on here, right? So it'd be padding dot top, like 100. Maybe not 100. 40. That makes sense. Cool, right? And then you could hypothetically turn these into buttons. Let's say completed. But, you know, for now, we're not going to mess around with it, right? So this is kind of what that view looks like. We'll have to add in some of the logic, of course. Let's go back to our home view, see what this looks like. Let me go back to our home view, and then I think it'll be a good time for an actual slightly longer break. It's great, except honestly, I think this space is slightly too big. Let's try 20. Just mostly because of the bar on the top here. I don't know if, honestly, I don't know if we need any space with a bar on the top. Let's try see what that looks like. Just because that back button takes up some space. Honestly, I like it the way that it is. We got completed, we got blocked, we got pending. That looks solid. We got the elapsed time, we got the description. We got the buttons that we're gonna work on making look good. And into, you know, actual buttons. And then we've got the logic. All right, sweet. I think this is a good point to call a break. So I'm gonna call a 12-minute break. So we'll be back at 8:20 Eastern. So let me add that in. We've got stream will be back at not 8:55 ET, it is 8:20 ET. We'll do that. So stream will be back then. In the meantime, thank you all very much for joining. If you have any questions while I'm gone, feel free to type them in the chat and we'll answer them when I get back. And I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, but it has been lovely to be with you all here so far. And thanks y'all for coming. And I'm off. that, welcome back, folks. Let's hop in, finish out as much as we can, and then I think on our next stream on Saturday, we might build some more stuff. We'll see. I've got some visions. I've got some plans. Go back to sharing my screen here. Let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. Here is the app in question. Got this stuff. I want to use the system, the SF symbols, the system symbols. So, SF symbols are. I want the list, the full list. Where's the list? There we go. Okay, I got it. I did it. All right, let's see here. Instead of the text, then I want to pick like a checkbox situation. I want a cute one. Mark.square.fill. Isn't it like the system name you can do? Or it's like check mark. What can I do? How do I use SF symbols in button Swift UI, please? Or Swift, I guess. Button. Yeah, so it's like instead of that, it'll be button, something like complete, and then it'll be system image will be checkmark.square.fill, and then it will then have what happens when you click on the button, hypothetically. Beautiful, looks great. Except I want all of these to be in their own little VStacks. Is that how that works, right? If I wrap the little button in a VStack, will it like do the thing? Or does it? Oh, it doesn't, does it? So I don't want a name for the button. Just want a little check button. Okay, and then can I make it bigger? Let's try that. Use dot control size. Dot large, please. What about dot extra large? That doesn't do anything. Rude. Fine, we're sticking with that for now. So we've got this, right? Or we don't want the VStack anymore because we've realized that doesn't do much. So we need this. Now let's tab this back in, tab this back in, tab this back in, like that. And then let me look for a time one. What's your issue now? Oh, it just needs to be on a different line. That's fine. So here, time. Timer? Timer. Cool. All right. And then we also have calendar, please. Calendar plus. Cute, except I want them to be way bigger. Increase size of SF Our system image SwiftUI. That would be like, you do something like dot resizable, I'm assuming? Or just like frame with third, I don't know, 50. And then height 50. That doesn't increase the actual size of the image though. Because would the modifier have to go on this, right? Be dot resizable? It doesn't work. So how do I modify the system image within a button? Let's see. Ah, not again. Let me change that. We'll ask any questions in the chat. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. I do that often. Yeah, resizing SF symbols into a SwiftUI, please. Oh, font. That's what we use. That makes sense. Font. System. I want it to be like 100. See what that does. Nope. How do I change the size of it again? Okay, fine. I'll do large title. There we go. Okay. This is good. I want these 3 buttons for now. And then how do I need the SF symbol in lane. How do I do like a blocked, like an X? I just want SF symbols, please. X mark octagon fill. I like X mark octagon fill as another button. So let's do another one in here that's gonna be X mark octagon fill. Actually, should I go with the non-fill ones to make them look more similar? I think so. We're doing checkmark square, X mark octagon, timer, and calendar badge plus for our little buttons. So when the timer is on, I want the button to be the one that was like the timer with the X through it. Oh, it's not a thing anymore. This is not a thing. That's so upsetting. What am I supposed to do? No. Time. Stop. Watch. I guess I could go with just the stop circle instead. So if I do something like that, then that should work. Or if I do stop, or no, font size should stay the same, but it'll be like stop dot circle. Right? And then instead, so long story short, I'd have a, in here, I'll have a, I have a state variable, right? So it's state var timer running, right? And it's a Boolean. That's by default false. And then if this is true, then I want timer running to be true. And then what needs to happen is that it needs to be like, if timer running, then I needed to show stop circle. Otherwise, I need to show the other one. Yeah. anything else, show just this guy. Cool, cool, great. What do you not like? Forgot to move your modifier. Excuse me. Should now be all set. What do you know? No, you're fine. Thank you. That's what I thought. So if I change the time running to false here, or I guess I change it to true here, and I change it to true to start, it should just swap the buttons. Yes. Great. So that logic works. Very cute. Let's see here. Let's see here. I want to make these buttons the same color. I want to use the teal, which luckily for me, it's just going to be the same stuff. Foreground color, and foreground color. There we go. Just like that. Ta-da. Cute. And now these are functional buttons that, well, obviously don't do anything when we click on them, but can I, like, put in, like, if I want to have a spacer in between the first and second button, so if I add in a spacer here, not caps lock, if I add in a spacer here, does it? Okay, and then I add in another one in between the last two buttons. And then I add in another one in between these two. Okay. And then I add in some padding that's like leading. Well, that's like leading. But padding dot leading something like 10, or I don't know, 15, right? Oh, that does stuff. Cool. And then in here, if then I add in padding dot trailing, and these buttons don't look that bad, huh? Well, while you're running on my device, please don't do that. Let me keep on with my preview, please. Cool. So something like that, right? Because then that makes sense for this. And then, hypothetically, I can put in a new color of this H stack. Oh, sorry. Forgive me. No, I could. I mean, I could, but I don't know if that's a good idea. But I could hypothetically go up here, right? Do like dot background. I don't know. Try dot. Oh! That worked? Not me being so surprised. Okay, let's do padding top like 30. Or, sorry, dot top, like 30 to make that look okay. 20. 15? Not 215, 15. No, 20 looks best. Cool. Something like that, right? Then when we rerun this whole thing from the home view, I'm gonna go back. Come on. Let me go back to the home view, please. Thank you. I don't know why I was doing that. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. That looks good, actually. Go me. Right, because then we've got the due date, the status, the elapsed time, and then you can mark it as completed, mark it as blocked. No, because I want to... so if it's, I think if the task is, I always want to have the box for it to be pending. If the task is blocked, so let me comment this out real quick. Here's what I'm thinking. I always want it to have the completed. Then if the task is pending, if task.status.raw value equals pending, then I want it to show the way to market blocked, which is not that, sorry, which is this. But I also need to comment out. Oh, okay. I need to fix the formatting on this. Excuse me. There we go. Beautiful. I love format fixes. Okay, so if the task value is pending, okay. Yeah, if the task value is pending, I want to be shown the thing to have it be blocked. If the task value is now I'm thinking, because there's the scenario. So, long story short, it's for task.status.raw values completed. I want to be shown the one to, or no, if it's pending, I want to be shown the blocked no matter what. Otherwise, I want to be shown a different button. I want to be shown like a warning one. Exclamation mark triangle. Sounds great. So that goes in here, right? And that is exclamation mark triangle that I want. And then if task.status.raw value is equal to completed, then I want to be shown a different button. Otherwise, show me the button to mark it as completed, of course, right? Otherwise, I want to be shown the button that's like not checkmark square. I want to be shown the button that is archive, like an archive button. Archive box, sure. So if the task is as pending, you can mark it as blocked. If it is complete or blocked, you can mark it as pending or as complete. And then as pending or as complete, and then we've got all these, right? So if it's completed, I want it to archive. If it's completed, I want the options to be archive and mark as pending. If it's pending, I want the options to be mark as complete or mark as blocked. If it's blocked, I want the options to be mark as complete or mark as pending. That makes sense, right? That makes sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my head. So we're sticking with it. And now we can go through and see if it actually looks as intended on all the different ones, because we have full examples. One that's pending, so mark completed, mark blocked. Start the timer and export. How cool. Marked as completed, marked as pending, timer box. And Kari, marked as archived, marked as pending, stopwatch, or export, all that. Sweet. Cool. I like this. This looks good. I'm pleased with my progress so far in this stream. Got what, 20 minutes? I'm going to take this time while I still remember, because oh shoot, I made a readme. Is it gonna complain about merge conflicts? Please don't. I forgot to mention this when I first started coding, but I made a readme today for this project. One of my classes was bored. Sorry, my professors. But get pull first. Okay. Then, okay, so I managed to get pull first. So now I can get at all. Get commit. Dash M. Part 4. Get push. Hypothetically, that worked. Oh, that was way quicker than I thought. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, that was exciting. Let's see here. We've got, what, 19 minutes? I think we can keep going for a bit. Let's see. We've got this, which I like, this, which I like, this, which I like. The home screen, as we've established. Pretty much at this point, we just need a bunch of functionality, right? So we need to be able to, I'm going to go back to the good old classic lists, right? Yeah, we've got, I know Apple does not integrate with Firebase and Google does not redirect to home view. Yes, we know that. Number 3, we need to add users tasks to Firebase. Then number 4, we need to, in addition to that, we need to add functionality to buttons. So that is the following. Complete, pending, and blocked. I just want to be able to change the status. Okay. And then archive, I want to remove from this list. And then I think I want to add some more stuff into here. Not that, like, we've got plenty of time, but also, like, who knows? Maybe we'll just stick with the other streams being more of this vibe. Right now we've got some, like, a fun little animation of, like, the screen flipping when we click on the navigation tabs that's built in with Swift. So that should be helpful. We'll think of some more animations too. I like animations. They're fun when they're intuitive. Archive, you want to remove from the list. Stopwatch is going to be the hardest one that will probably get done, hopefully. And that is going to be track time. And then finally, the calendar is going to be export to Google Calendar. So I think the buttons that I can hopefully get done today are just the completed, pending, and blocked buttons. I think I can do that in 60 minutes. I trust my Swift abilities. Let's do it. Let's try and tackle it. So we've got the checkmark square. So if the button.checkmark square is clicked, I want the task.status to be equal to block completed. That makes sense, right? Oh, it's not going to like that. Self. Can I not modify tasks? Oh, var is a task, so how can I change the task.status? I thought that was going to be so easy. Task.status. That's hash value equals to completed. Sorry, dot completed. So, okay. Well, looks like we need a Google search. Change value of object Swift UI. Yes. What's the error it's giving me? Cannot assign to property self-immutable. Let's see. Oh, I can just mark it using state. Duh. I should have figured that out. Silly me. Let's see it. Ooh, fun. It's a cool place. Okay. All right, so I can mark that as completed. If it's the archive box. It's the archive box. For now, I want to print. Do I want to print, or do I just want to say task dot? I want to delete. You know what? We can just delete it. Remove or no, because they can't delete the task that's on. So we'll just set it to blocked for now. If you click, no, you need to stay completed. You need to be set to blocked. You need to be set to pending. Thank you. Just like that. All right, let's see it. All right, come on. Nice. Sweet, and it updates in real time, just like that. Cute. It looks good. Sweet. Okay, so that was honestly both faster and slower than I expected. So there's that. Here. Cool. We've got these. Makes sense to me. Right. Yeah, this looks good. So let's try, and I don't have any of the timer functionality really done yet, so I don't know if that's a good idea to start in 12 minutes. Maybe I can figure out how to delete the task that we're currently on. Or honestly, probably to the task, I can just add in var archived as a boolean, right? And then I can go into the home view and I can say for each task, I can say like, what the heck is it? Oh, because all of these are now wrong. Archived, false. All of you are false. Got it? Thanks. Really appreciate that. Archived, false. Thank you. Archived, false. Archived, false. Great. Questions? I hope not. What about task detail view? Yes, you also need archived, false. Let's see here. You're not missing the argument for archived. I just added it. Oh, I added in the wrong spot. My apologies. Here you go. Are you happy now? You better be. Thank you. All right. So now, long story short, I'm just gonna set in here when the archive box is hit, task.archived becomes true. That's it. And then back when we go to this list, I think I want to create a new. Honestly, should I just make it a new switch case? I think I just make it a new switch case. Sorry. Yes, I'll go back and undo. then you two as well. Or, sorry, you three. There you go. And then you. Sorry about that. Come on. Please work. Thank you very much. It's not going to. There's something off. I can tell. No? Oh, it is. Okay. They're fine by me. Okay, cool. Status indicator view. It's switched from status. Status is of type status. There's a case where it can be archived. We're adding in that. Makes sense. Task detail view. I want the status indicator view. I know the switch must be exhaustive. I'm adding it in right now. It's gonna get the same color as the default color though. What background color is that again? This one. The status indicator views, please. Yep. There you go. There you go. And then sure, you also get this. And then you get that. Except the text will say archived. Right, and then the text can also say archived here with the background color of whatever that is. Great, like that. Nothing is archived yet, so I should just be able to say that becomes archived. Okay. Cool. Archived makes sense. And then if I go to the home view, I just want it to show tasks. And then I want it to say if task dot status is not equal dot archived. By default. Well, it does not like that for some reason. Sorry. But it should. Is that one? I don't think it'll like the navigation link, but I might be wrong. No, I'm not. Sweet. Hypothetically, if I mark this as archived. No? Completed. Oh, shoot. So they don't stick with the view. So even if I mark this as a test as completed, go back to this view. Oh, okay. So this is more complicated than that because I'm gonna have to implement like actual flags for these. Because then when this view reloads, I think it just sticks with what it knows. Yeah. Because I just feeded those tasks. Alright, that's a little bit too complicated. Well, you know what? I think that for the stream that we have on Saturday, we're gonna finish this up. I feel good about it. I think we're gonna work on this until it looks good. And then whatever time we have left, we'll build an Android buddy for it. So let's do that. I've also got more updates to do. So git add all, git commit -m for again, and then git push. Ta-da! All right, sweet. I think we're on a good note to end off right now. We've got right about 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna hang out for another few minutes. I'll let you all ask any questions, but for the most part, we're done with the actual hacking of this part of the stream. Thank you all very much for coming and joining me today. It was lovely to have you. And yes, see you Saturday. Actually, you'll catch me tomorrow for Today in Global Hack Week too. But if you're back for more iOS, see you Saturday. That being said, yeah, thank you all very, very much for coming. It was lovely to hang out with you and lovely able to match today. But yeah, we give people compliments to ask some questions. In the meantime, I can talk a little bit, Makeup looks a lot better, which is good. Sometimes my family hops into these streams and my mom said I looked good. So I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you, Mom. Which is good. But yeah, the makeup's a little crazy, but like, we love a little crazy. It's fun. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. It was lovely to like hang out with y'all, and I really appreciated your questions. So keep them coming. But yeah, all right. Looks like we've just got a couple thank yous, which are always loved and appreciated. Thank you for giving me the avenue to talk about the stuff that I like talking about. And on that note, I guess I'll see you in Day in Global Hack Week tomorrow or today, depending on where you are in the world. So I'll see you in, or is it always tomorrow? Well, it's in less than it's not in that much time. So I think it's today for some people. Long story short, I will see you at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, which is tomorrow for some people. And then we will build more apps on Saturday and Sunday, and it will be lovely. We'll see you. Yes, you'll see me when you see me. I'm around. I love streaming. It'll be fun. On that note, I am actually going to hop out of here. Thank y'all very much for coming again. Lovely to hang out with y'all. And bye.